Hi, this is Larry Zorro. I just wanted to show you my first salad of the year. A spinach salad. Bugless. Bugless, no bug like to eat it this cold time of the year. I think I broke records, so I don't see anybody with a garden at this time of year growing any cold vegetables. I I got the jump with my heat lamps. Actually, not heat lamps, 60-watt lamps in a 5-gallon container. Oh, there's one person out there, my brother. Now, he could beat my record. I'm pretty sure he could with all that horticulture education. And he's one smart guy. I just want to say hi to you. Hi, John. But anyway, I just wanted to show you my salad. It was so delicious. It wasn't like spinach, it was more like lettuce. And now I got more. It's growing real fast now. All right, here's some of my spinach in my pillar plant. It gets really dirty if you plant it on the level of the soil, and the rodents and armadillos and possums they're walking all over the place in your garden. That's why I like pillars. You don't see too many climbing. You might get a squirrel one time, but you don't get many animals climbing up on your pillars, and your vegetables just look clean. That's what I like. Now there's some weeding you can do, and you might have to bend for that. But being a senior, I don't like to bend much. But I am. This year I'm going to do some of that weeding around those pillars. I found out they're so loamy, filled with earthworms, because they've been working that soil. And you can use that soil and put it back into your pillars, and mix it with some other additives. You can you can put other mulches in there, biochar. Uh, what's that? Peat moss. You can put that in there, and maybe some potting soil, anything you got, and you'll have great soil that's been already worked by those earthworms. Well, do you see the plastic I use? I had this plastic. I don't know if it was over a refrigerator at one time, but I cut it in two, and now it's this little heat protection. It'll help those tomatoes grow faster. And I got a pepper plant. It's not doing too good in the cold, but it has sprouted and it is growing. And I'm putting this little plastic. It could blow away in the wind. Just clothespins used on those cages. And well, if it works, it works. But if it don't, you know, no big loss. They'll survive. It'll just take longer, to really have a good start. That's the whole idea. You want to get your veggies not at the end of the summer. Wow, it finally matured. No, you want to do it as early as you can. The bugs are not out there. It's just easy gardening if you can develop a system that's easy for you. That's why I developed the pillar gardening. It's easy for me. And I believe it's the best gardening possible. But, it does take some work. You got to cut hay. You got to have hay. You either buy it or you cut it yourself. And this time of year, you really don't have to age the hay. Uh, Green grass, you probably do. But I have a field of, what people call prairie grass. The old rugged grass of the prairie days. That's what it looks like. I call it weeds. But anyway, yeah, most of that stuff you can just add it to your pillars right off. And yeah, I'm about done with my pillars. I'm gonna do some corn. Got a few more potatoes. Now I got a sweet potato. I'll show you a picture of that later. Well, there's a sweet potato. Notice those roots. Nice, huh? Ready to be planted. Probably cut it right in two. Plant both of them. I do one in a pillar. Make it as high as you want, like 4 feet high pillar. Make it a little wide so it's stable, but then it'll start growing down. Wouldn't that look pretty? Yeah, I have yet to really do some botanical, artistic landscaping with my pillars. It's just basically right now for food. But you could get really creative. I'm going to look at my chipper and see if I can get some chipped bark wood or something and put it on the pathways. I have no access to cardboard this year. Cardboard's really the best because worms love cardboard. In fact, if you're really creative, you can make pillars with cardboard. If you got a lot of good cardboard, make your pillars out of it. It's as good as hay. The worms love that stuff, and it'd be good for a season. Yeah, I've made uh, you know, I wrote books on straw bale gardening. Well, I did it on cardboard too. It really works. I made bells out of cardboard with a little growing hole in the cardboard. It works. It really does. Temporal like hay, but it works. This year, I'm using a lot of wood. Some of those pillars don't need to be so high, and I just put a lot of bark wood. Can you imagine when that wood decays in a few years? You'll have good, more additive for your soil. Great to use bark or wood. Now I gotta say, every place where I weeded, you can see it looks good. I'm gonna put bark or chipped wood along the base there. But you know what else you could do? You could grow radishes. You could probably grow some, you know, uh, foraging crops, lettuce. They would love to grow on that stuff. Every place I spaded, there were worms. That shows fertile soil. Look at it, though, after I shoveled it. That's not the soil that I started with. I think the worms had distributed some of that was in my pillars with the hay, and now it's so fluffy and it's perfect growing right there. You could grow in your pathways, and you're supposed to have a place to walk. But at least close to the pillars would be like a windbreaker. I should have made an addition to that book, shouldn't I? I didn't know it would be that good. I started it, let's see. Well, really, I had two seasons. I had the spring where I started pillar gardening, and then I tried out some things in the fall. Both were successes, and except the tomatoes grew so big. I know I tried to prune them. Some of them the limbs broke, but they were too close together. You don't want them too close. And this, what you're seeing right here, those were tomatoes and pepper plants. No, they're not going to be that way this year. If I do, it'll be maybe some herbs and then maybe a pepper plant, herbs and, yeah, cilantro or something like that. Well, happy gardening. Till the next episode. Subscribe, hit that bell button. Hey, you want to learn how to grow, don't you? If you bought my book, like many people are doing right now, get on this YouTube channel and start watching some new techniques I'm developing. See you later. Goodbye.